I put Molly in her. She ain't even know. You support that?
What you mean? Did
I put Molly in her drink. She ain't even know. We looking at kidnapping. We looking at.
Sometimes, man, nniggas say anything.
Those niggas are entertainers, bro. We understand they're entertainers. They're entertainers.
So if you rap about nation, it's fine because it's entertainment.
No,
you gotta be consistent.
I put them out. I put rappers and actors in the same category with me, home.
All them niggas fake these days. You know what I'm saying?
So you think that's the proper approach, attacking the rappers? So you another Charleston White?
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Diddy Got a Podcast. And of course, I'm your host, Diddy, back up in this bitch with another video. About maybe three or four videos ago, we discussed all the different ways that people can sell their soul. And one of the most common ways that people, and by people, I don't just mean celebrities, but everyday people like me and you can absolutely sell our soul, figuratively speaking, is when we compromise our morals in order to gain something, right? That's probably the one that probably the most boring one, right? That people don't want to hear about. They normally want to hear about the juicy ones as far as like rituals and all that in third. But there are other different ways that you can sell your soul. Well, the one that I want to talk about today is when you're willing to compromise your morals, when you're willing to hurt other people, whether that be spiritually, figuratively, mentally, psychologically, knowingly doing it in order to gain something. And in that video, I talked about Rick Ross, because Rick Ross is one of many rappers who portrays to be something that he's not. He often and religiously has talked about doing things in music that if you did in real life, one, you would be arrested if you did it. Two, if you did it in real life, you would literally be harming real people, real families. But not only is there no backlash, people actually praise him for it. And I want to show you all something, an interview that I did a couple of years ago, because a lot of you all are new to the channel, as in like maybe you've only been following the channel the last 6 months to a year. But some of you all are really, really new. Like you've only been following the channel for like a week or two. And so I have more than 600 videos on this channel. And I post pretty often. It's going to be very difficult, and I don't expect you all to see a lot of the older videos. So I wanted to bring this video back also to show you that I don't just do this behind this camera. I don't just do it in my studio. I go out in the world and I speak this and I preach this other places as well, whether people like it or not. And that is the toxicity and the dangers of the music and the way that these celebrities and rappers and artists are praised nowadays, and how dangerous it is. It's not just listening to music, especially when you're talking about a 9 or 10-year-old. It's helping shape and warp their mind and how they see the world. So it's very important, because you're going to see in this clip a couple of adults, grown men, that being black men, arguing with me. But let me go ahead and reference this. One of the people in that clip is a good friend of mine, so this is no shade towards him. As a matter of fact, he actually made great points in the video, but this is more general. It's actually no knock to the other gentleman either. This is a knock to just, or a testament to just how bad things have gotten when we're willing to either defend rappers or we give them a pass because we're willing to take the bare minimum from them and want to point to other things. Let me make it clear, because I was asked this in the video, in the interview that you're about to see. I was asked the question, why do you spend so much time talking about rappers? I mean, this is probably something you all have thought about as well. Why do you spend so much time talking about the rappers / celebrities? What are you actually doing? How are you actually fighting to change the community or make the community better outside of that? And in real life, I've tried to help get legislation changed. Like, I've done all of that type of work before. So yes, there are different methods. I do believe politicians are supposed to be held accountable. I do think the owners of these and the execs of these record labels and people in Hollywood that own the media, and, you know, like I said, politicians, the president, people who run the local government as well. I think all of that stuff matters, and I played my role. I could do more, but I played my role in other facets as well. But one of the reasons I go so hard with the rappers is because many times on this channel I've said rappers have replaced or are now in the position where Martin Luther King used to be, where Malcolm X used to be, and other civil rights leaders that we had 50, 60 years ago that we don't have anymore. And I think people don't really realize that the influencers and the celebrities are now in those positions. And because of this, our kids aren't praising the execs. Yes, these are the ones that's pushing this garbage strategically and purposefully pushing this garbage to us, but it's not them that the kids are looking at. It's not them that the kids see. It's the rappers, because not only do the rappers look like them, not only are there these rappers in their music talking about how they come from the same circumstances and predicament, so they're relating to our young people, they're the ones that the young people are looking up to. So they're the ones it's almost like an out of sight, out of mind sort of deal. So anyways, without further ado, I'm going to show you all this clip because it gets really heated, because I'm called a Charleston White at some point in this interview because I'm going so hard after the rappers when they, in their own words, they don't take rappers serious. It's okay for rappers to do what they do to an extent because they see rappers as actors.
How you feel?
I think the music. I think I agree with what she said. I think it's not being publicized the way music in other states are. I think we play everybody but Arkansas music, but I also think the music here is just like everywhere else. I think the sound is just like a lot of other people. I think a lot of people are doing what they see more popular artists do because it's a trend. It gets views. So I think what we do in our state is we take real talent, real skill, right? So what's natural and what you work hard to kind of mold and put together. And I think we use it in a destructive way and we call it normal.
Dumb yourself down.
Yes. And I think it's a trend. And I say this with the utmost respect to everybody. I think people are followers, and I don't think anybody is their own individual. I think you see individual characteristics, but I think you see a bunch of people who are just adding to the state of our community respectfully, and we make it worse. And we do it with the diamonds. We make it look pretty. We make it sound good. And we watching ourselves do this to ourselves, and with the most respect. We support it, and we call it heat and we call it fire. Something can sound good and be bad for you. Sugar is good to you, but it's bad for you. And I think nobody wants to call it out for what it is. That's what I think about the state of the music in Arkansas. Like I think about the music everywhere else.
I totally agree with what you said.
Me too.
But like I said earlier, some people want what they want. When you got somebody that's speaking your language, speaking your struggle, something that you can identify with, brother, and you can know it. Like you said, sugar is good to you, but it's bad for you. You know what I'm saying?
They don't mean I don't want it.
They don't mean they don't want it. So you can't. Are you more disappointed with the person that eating the sugar or the person that's making the sugar?
That's a great question. I think both, and I think
everybody likes sugar.
Everybody likes sugar, but too much is bad for you. But you got to know sugar is bad for you not to eat that much, right? Or
I want consistency. I want consistency. I wish we had consistency. So too much salt is good for you, but it's not spoken about the way the way sugar is. So for example, and I use this analogy before, P, and I know you don't like the analogy, but if we got somebody who inappropriately touching children, you gonna have them up here on your station and you gonna help promote their album? You're not doing that. You're not doing that. So how come somebody who talking about killing other people, a life is gone? Somebody look just like you.
Right. Now I'm gonna give you the answer to that question. Kids are innocent.
Oh no.
Kids are innocent.
An innocent person be killed.
Hear him out.
Kids are innocent.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Off limits. Period. But I don't do op rap. However, I have played in that field.
Okay.
To the point where when I rapped about it, that's just what it was. I didn't even do it because I knew somebody wanted to hear it. That was my way of expression.
Yeah.
My reality.
Some people really living like that. That don't make it right, and that's his form of expression. That's their form of expression.
Go back to you being homeless. If you decided to rap about that,
that was your reality.
That was your reality.
Everybody not gonna be able to relate to that.
But a lot of people gonna relate to it.
Yes.
So it's everybody's struggle to kill people.
No, but that's some people reality. Some people see that.
Some people see that every day, though.
Absolutely.
The part of somebody's struggle, everybody in this room probably ain't nobody, but everybody in this room done had somebody that died.
Facts. Okay. So
it unintentional, not nothing that I did, but it affect me. It affect you.
And if I tell you to kill somebody, and you go do it, is that my fault? Like, you are an adult and you chose to make that decision. Pete told me to go smoke that nigga, and I smoked him. You should be like, nah, Pete, you bullshit.
Facts. So if you raise up in a community, right, that propagates, glorifies, and commends having a consensual, quote unquote, sexual relationship with somebody who's 14. And right now, that is legal in some countries. 14. Now, it changes depending on what country you in, what continent you on. 14. That's how they was raised. They didn't decide that as an adult. That's how they was raised.
Right.
And they gonna rap about that.
Right.
It's a rapper talking about having a consensual relationship with a 14-year-old. We cool with that?
If
we cool with womanizing?
No.
Woman abuse? But
Nah.
we
it's
people is doing it.
Even some of the women that's being abused celebrating it. There's sometimes that's what people want, what they want, bro.
Yeah, because pimping is real.
Pimping is real. So if people want drugs, you gonna give it to them?
I ain't gonna give it
Is
to
it
them.
her though?
Yeah,
I ain't
Maybe
gotta
my-
give it to them.
Right.
Right.
But
They
are you gonna support somebody giving it to them?
They gonna get it.
They gonna get it
get it.
regardless. It
Well,
don't
I
matter
asked
if
you.
you support it or
That
not.
ain't what I
get
asked you. Are you gonna support the fact that they giving it to them?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's what they do.
And
That's their choice. Just like I'm gonna support the person that's buying it. Hey man, you do what you want to do.
Okay. So are you gonna support somebody, a 14-year-old who in a relationship with a 30-year-old?
No, I'm not.
Why not? It's what they
Because
want.
that's my choice.
It's what
that's
they want.
my choice.
Now we
And
changing
then-
the conversation.
and
That's
then
they
morally-
want.
That's
and
my
then
choice.
just-
Where's the
and
consistency?
then, listen,
we talking
no,
about
no.
a life being gone.
No.
Talking about
But child molestation, it should be morally wrong all over
it's
the
more
world.
than wrong to kill
All
somebody
over.
than who don't
Facts.
deserve it.
But
You're right.
Right.
You're
You're
right.
right. You're right. You're right.
That's not what I'm promoting.
You're
That's
right.
not
But-
what I'm
hearing
saying.
what you're saying.
Should we got to kill in defense?
And some people rap about that.
They not. No, they not. They talk about defense sometimes. We all know better than that. Our music is propagating killing other black people just
Sometimes-
for the sport of it, and we know we
Yeah,
talk
you're right,
about
you're
that.
right, you're right,
We,
you're right,
we
you're
promote
right.
drugs.
Okay,
You're right,
okay,
you're right, you're right,
okay.
you're right.
What's the difference between a rapper and Denzel Washington? Killing
I love to
motherfuckers.
answer that. So first of all, we already know in
He get-
rap,
he
we're
get
not
paid to
talking
do
about
it.
R&B.
He get paid
You
to
didn't.
do it.
Now
He
I
get
answered
paid
the
to do
question.
it.
You asked me a question. I answered for you.
people look up to
so
Denzel.
we talking about absolutely. Somebody watched Denzel in Training Day. They know dang well Denzel Washington is an actor in Hollywood.
What you
playing
think he
because,
is?
wait, hold on. He's been in 15 other movies. He's been a slave. He'd have been all these other characters.
But rappers
His
are
rappers
characters.
is playing the same
Most
movie.
rappers are
And
characters.
hold on, and in hip hop, we not acting and pretending. We can talk about what music is supposed to be, but hip hop is different, and we know hip hop is different. Hip hop, you supposed to be about what you rapping.
Who said that?
Our people?
Who said
our
that?
society? Our culture?
No.
We know people that they raps, but
There
we
was
know that
something-
they,
do.
there was
if
something.
they
people
find
do.
out about it, if they find out that you capping about what you rapping about, you made fun of, you shunned about. But
There
if you
was-
about your raps like Young Thug, for example,
in that case, bro, I don't think it's one rapper on this earth that rap about everything that they done did. Everything.
'Cause
And
a
if
lot
you
of-
ain't getting everything, then you lying.
yeah, but it's
entertaining.
between doing that and
It's
rapping about
entertaining.
killing people that you if you ain't really did that. Why you rapping about that, bro?
Because that's
It's
what
an
it is.
act.
Okay.
It what's the difference?
Okay, look.
Do you know what music?
Listen to what we're saying.
Listen,
Right
bro.
now, we gonna get them that just because they want to hear it? No,
Nah,
that work.
But this is what
My
I'm
aunt
saying.
wants some crack cocaine.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna help her
Well,
get it because that's
This-
what she wants.
Now, this is what I'm saying, bro. I truly believe music is being promoted. Music is a backspin of acting, bro.
No, it's not. Music can be that.
Okay.
We talking about hip hop. We not
Well,
talking
okay,
about
look,
music.
well-
we talking about like I'm and
So you say-
let's
this
be
what
clear
you
about
saying
this
then.
conversation. We talking about the glorification of it. Let's
if
say
a country
for
could talk
example,
about shooting somebody, it ain't being.
name one country singer that's doing that.
Go listen to it.
Name one.
Go listen
You can't
to it.
do it. You
Go
can't
listen to-
can't name an artist. Can't do
Go
it.
listen
They
to
not
Punk
doing
Rock.
that.
Go listen to
Black
Punk-
people do that more than anybody
go-
else.
go
Black
rock.
lives matter, but we kill each
But
other more
look,
than anybody.
hey, listen,
How that work?
why come you're not that passionate about Hollywood doing that? Hollywood promotes a bunch of BS too, bro.
Hollywood.
Listen, hold on. And TV, kids watch TV and want to do their shit on TV too, just like they do listen to the radio and want to see what they listen. And they want to do what they see and hear on TV and radio. But as a parent, that's your fault if your child is soaking that in and doing that and they're not listening to what you tell them to do. If you tell them to do right, they should do right, right?
100% agree.
Now, as an adult, if you do it, that's really your fault.
So-
Because listen, it's so many distractions in this world, bro. It's just like you say, sugar. It's like McDonald's. McDonald's will kill me. But if I eat, I might want to eat McDonald's every day. The music is gonna kill me if I want to do what they rapping about. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Hollywood is gonna kill me if I want to do what
So
I see
what
in the
you-
movie.
Nah, it's a difference between-
So all that stuff is really.
Nah,
so
Pete.
what
So
standards,
I'm
Pete,
gonna
bro.
I
ask you
agree
this.
with you that-
I'm gonna ask you this. What do you think?
Well, we should do
Does
better,
hip-
bro.
What do
You
you
right.
think hip hop should consist of? What type of music? What type of lyrics?
Yes, you should rap about because a lot of people's defense is they want to say that hip hop talk about what they see. That ain't what everybody do. People, because you can't say that hip hop talk about what they see, but then also say that hip hop is rapping about or hip hop is just like acting. Because acting
Okay.
is fake. and rapping about what you experience is real. You can't be both in one. What I'm talking
Exactly.
about
But
is we
it's a lot of fake
glorify
rapping right now.
and
It's
we
a lot of
uplift
rappers.
people, and we're not consistent in the black community.
Okay,
Let's
you're
say,
right.
yo,
Okay, you're
Young
right.
Thug is in the situation he in. You got people like on the Big Facts podcast and all these other stations who got Free Thug on their shirt. Why?
Because they want them free.
They saying he killed people and he played a role in that.
Okay.
But if he touched kids, you're not gonna
But
put a Free Thug.
who
That don't
said
make
that
sense.
he been charged with it?
He been
Who said he done it?
Okay, look.
That's
my
why
point.
they saying Free
nah,
Thug.
lies, and you know better. That's not what he did. Okay,
Hold on, listen to me.
so
It's so much stuff that's.
How you
no.
feel? How you feel?
no.
I was just finna say, from a woman's perspective, listen, there's so much stuff in the world that contradicts us. Like, if you go out and have sex with 100 women as a, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, you're gonna be a player. They're gonna high five you.
But if a woman do it, they gonna call out on it.
Yes, that's just life, bro. Some stuff it don't make
It
sense.
ain't just when we
But-
say things like
but
it's
hold
just
on,
life.
hold
We
on,
just
hold
accept
on,
what it is. We can
no,
try to
no,
change
listen,
that.
hold on.
That's irresponsibility on our part, adults.
I agree with you, okay. They have an agenda for rap. Yes, they put their poison out. Yes,
Do you
because they
listen
know-
to rap?
They know.
Yes, I listen
What
to
type of rap?
I listen to all kinds of rap. Let me just say, I just want to make sure
He giving you what you
we
want.
about that.
You want that sugar.
It's a difference. If you raise up in a society, if we raise up in a society, and I'm raised up as a child, I'm a man of color, bro. We got rhythm. We got the beat is hot. The flow and the cadence can be fire. I'm attracted to that. I got a problem with the lyrics. People say, well, I had somebody jump on my podcast the other day, and this dude, I was like, bro, I just hate it when people say this. I called out Boosie. And he said, because he was going at Kanye for the White Lives Matter shirt. And this man hopped in my comment section when I was talking about, and he was calling out the Jeffrey Dahmer. It need to be taken down. And I was calling out how he a hypocrite for saying that. And this black dude hopped in my comment section, and he said, yo, drop that Spotify playlist, though, real quick. What that supposed to be about? You saying because I listened to it, I'm supposed to be supporting them? I'm going to tell you why.
If you listen to it, you supporting them.
I'm gonna tell you why that don't quite make enough sense for me. Because if I'm raised in a society and a culture that plays that music, you're telling me to shed the rhythm, the cadence. I'm not supposed to find any of that attractive. No, I do. Right. I can listen to that and call it out.
But you got
This is my thing with Charleston White, who everybody should have heard about by now. People pissed about his delivery, bro. What is the man saying? Y'all talking about he a hypocrite in certain scenario. The dude is calling out the wrong and y'all mad about it. I'm going back to the Thug thing. Why we got a Free Young Thug shirt? You saying because he ain't been convicted of it yet. First of all, people can get found innocent on something that they're guilty of. We all know that.
True.
We also know that people get found guilty of stuff that they didn't do. But let's be clear about this. If you charge for something, I'm going to tell you who ain't going to be. Boosie was on, and we ain't going to get into Boosie case because he was acquitted of that or whatever. But Boosie was on death row. I'm going to tell you somebody who ain't going to never be found on death row. J. Cole. Kendrick Lamar ain't going to never be on death row.
I can't say that.
So I can say that because
say that.
I'm not saying what Boosie's role is in
But I
it,
feel
which I
you.
think he played a big role in it.
What?
But I'ma say-
what you saying though.
The point that I'm saying is if you plan a role in that lifestyle and you propagating it through your music, you are a problem.
Okay.
But we uplift these people. If Thug was charged for that, it got to be some truth to all that stuff
Okay,
that
you
they
right.
RICO charge. And you gonna put a Free Young shirt
Bro,
on? That's part of the
okay,
problem.
okay, look,
You
hey,
you grown
hey.
people putting that on and kids watching you.
Now, let me crack you. You know what the federal government is?
Talk to me.
You talking to one just did 8 years in the feds.
Okay.
You know what? All of us can be charged with RICO right now. If a fifth person in there,
By
In there-
association. Absolutely.
not even that, bro. Yeah, just by you being around.
You may
me.
have heard something. You may
No.
have seen something.
No, they can. Bro, I don't watch this, bro.
Okay.
Real shit. I don't watch this, bro. I don't watch niggas just go make up cases on people, bro. Now, I'm not saying that.
The difference is Thug is at the top.
Okay.
They said he the boss man. They made all that up on Thug.
Man, you know,
And I love a lot of his music.
I'ma tell
I know
you some-
more
I'ma
lyrics
give
than
you
most
some
of
real
these
shit.
hood dudes.
Nigga, I met a dope fiend. You know who they was saying was the boss of the organization was? Him. Man ain't got nothing with the federal government home. But see, to our people, they go paint us. Oh, he did it. I know he did it. We don't know this shit.
And bro,
We don't know that.
And you know this
You don't
whole
know that.
system is designed.
Because if you did, you would have been there to
it's a-
stop it.
Hey.
You would have said something to him. Hey, Thug, man, you know this bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Man, all lives matter, man. Ooh, man. I don't
know Thug did it,
But look,
but I'm just saying
Demetrius-
it's not
Demetrius-
looking good.
Hey, Demetrius, no.
It's not looking good.
It ain't gonna never look good in the mirror.
J. Cole ain't gonna never.
Look,
y'all
look,
gotta answer
hold
this.
on,
J.
hold on,
Cole,
hold
Kendrick
on.
Lamar ain't gonna never be
Listen
no
to me.
Rico charges.
And that's
Okay,
cool.
listen to
Ever.
me. Hey,
That's
look,
cool.
Hold on, hold on. Listen to me.
Why?
Listen to me.
What's your affiliation?
Hold on,
Why-
listen to me. You know, and the hip hop, of course, it was originated for positivity. They said niggas don't really read books, so we took the positive message, they put all the rhythms and drums and started rapping it. So hip hop, of course, you're right. It steered somewhere wrong a long time ago. It got negative. It went to gangster rap. It went to all these different phases. But everything evolves. They don't make it right. But us as people, we still got to be conscious enough to identify what's bullshit, what's not. As for the federal government and this stuff going on with Thug, yes, he was living a lifestyle. Everybody know he was a blood, whatever he was banging, whatever. But look, we know the government is against us on all levels. All this stuff, yeah, hold on. You know, with the hip hop, they pushed the agenda. They love gangster rap because it's going to create genocide.
And
They
really,
love
they
all
gave
that.
it their title.
You know
It
what I'm
really
saying?
was reality.
But-
Them
but-
dudes was
but-
talking
but-
about what
but
they seen.
Listen to me, but you have to identify. Everybody's not like you. You can listen to that and know that's bullshit not to do it. Everybody can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
Bro.
What's
He
your
sold
resolution?
6.
What's your resolution?
Yeah.
What's your resolution?
My resolution.
How you gonna approach your resolution? R. Kelly, Young Thug, all this shit.
How can we fix this, bro?
How can what
you-
part of
it
this?
makes sense.
What's your resolution?
sense.
And what's your approach to your resolution?
My approach is doing what I'm doing. If enough people came out and called them out on it, and they
So you think that's the proper approach? Attacking the rappers. So you another Charleston White.
facts. Let's talk about it. Facts. You love Charleston White, right?
Nah.
Woo! Let's talk about that. Why not?
Oh, man.
You got a problem with somebody that's calling out?
I ain't got no. Listen, to not like a person, that don't mean I have a problem. That's just not. He's not my type of guy.
What's your type of guy?
The people that I can identify with. First of all, I don't do all this social media calling people out and all this and that. That's bogus to me. However, whatever approach,
Rappers do that.
I don't fuck with that,
A lot of the rappers you and I both listen to do
bro.
that.
Bro, it's not me. I don't
What's
listen,
the
bro.
problem with Charleston White? Isn't he doing everything a preacher's supposed to do?
I don't know. What is a preacher supposed to do? I don't know. I know what they
Give you the
say.
gospel.
I know what they
He's
say.
supposed to give you the gospel.
Charleston
what-
White,
but this-
but Charleston White take things too far. Like he told him, listen, no, wait. He said, I'm a Trayvon Martin, your little boy. That's tough, bro. You can't say that, man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna
See,
tell-
What does
you
it
know-
mean to Trayvon Martin somebody? But
no, we ain't
I
finna
do
do
not
that.
condone
We ain't
everything.
finna
Let us be
do that.
clear.
We ain't do that
I
because
support
you know what he
Charleston
meant.
White, absolutely. But he does a lot of things that I wouldn't do. He does a
he
lot of
makes
things
a
that I
lot of
don't
sense.
support.
So
He
you know
does
what?
make
You
sense,
know
though.
what you just told me? You know what you just told me?
What did I just tell you?
You what you just said speak volumes about who you is, home. Either
How
you
so?
with a nigga or you don't.
That's
I ain't
not-
know with this part, but this part is if
Fair
he
enough.
bogus, he
'Cause
bogus.
that's
Watch
bogus.
this.
If he bogus,
Watch
he
this.
bogus,
Watch
my
this.
guy.
Watch this. You like Rick Ross the rapper?
I like Rick Ross as an artist.
No, you know what they just said about you.
no,
That's what
no,
you don't.
no,
As
because
an artist. So let's
listen,
talk about
listen.
I put Molly in her. She ain't even know. You support that?
What you mean? Did I?
I put Molly in her
listen to
drinks.
it.
She ain't even know. We looking at kidnapping. We looking at rape.
Sometimes, man, niggas say anything.
Those
in a
niggas
song,
are
bro.
entertainers, bro. We understand they're entertainers.
So,
They're
so if you
entertainers.
rap about
I look
molestation, it's fine because it's entertainment.
No.
No, you gotta be consistent.
I
No,
put them out. I
no.
put rappers and actors in the same category with me, home.
All them niggas fake these days. You know what I'm saying?
But
Except
damn all that.
some of the
Answer
youngsters.
the question is, what's your approach to the resolution of peer growth and development in the community?
I told you we gotta call out a lot of.
So that's your approach.
It may sound simple, but it's if enough people did that, absolutely. If you had Kodak Black to come to your city, and you had
So
everybody,
you got a
protesting-
problem with these only you not attacking the government or nothing?
Yes, I do.
Your approach to fixing the
Okay.
community
Wrong.
is attacking
I do
rappers?
both. I do both. I do both.
Think about
I do both.
how the rap money helps.
I got a problem with the
politicians-
messenger and the person who sent the messenger.
Not no politicians or nothing.
Yes, I do.
You coming straight for
Jay-Z
I-
rap money help the
you
community.
know
They
what?
look like
You know
us
what?
and you feeding us the poison, and you getting rich off of it.
P. Diddy rap money help the
Human
community.
trafficking is a job.
Lil Baby rap money is helping his community.
I bet you understand
I
that.
don't see
His community.
You know, and I'm gonna tell you
Come
something.
on, we quiet now.
tell you
Nipsey Hussle rap money helped his community.
You know what?
It takes and gives. It's yin and yang.
I don't watch the few Charleston White clips.
I don't watch all of them.
I ain't never heard him attack the government.
What's your point though? Because I
That's
have a
the
problem.
biggest enemy.
Problem, dude.
That's the enemy. That's the biggest. He the one structured all this shit. He the one got gangster rap on the forefront. He the one got the McDonald's commercials on the forefront. He the one locking people up for nothing. Them the ones
Locking people up for nothing.
I said, but for a little of nothing. All them niggas did them that time back in the 90s for them little drug laws, them weed laws.
I
and shit.
agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
You
That was
have no
bullshit,
pushback
bro.
on me.
3 strikes and shit. Fellas get out, can't
Listen
really
to
get a
this.
job, bro. This is ain't no second chance Americans. It's structured.
Me trying to
It's
fix the
structured,
community
bro.
is not my aim. Is not at no rapper.
Nah.
That's not my approach. That's not my first approach to attack the rapper.
I say let's get friends with the rapper because he got some money and let's figure out. Let's put some shit in structure. Let's put some.
No, it's not. That's
let's
not gonna work.
Let's some of them.
You
some
can't
of them,
take
some
an
of them
employee
can.
of the devil and then try to put them
Is he the devil? The government is the
And
devil. Why
what
is he
is
the
the
devil?
devil?
an employee of the devil.
What is the
Evil. I
devil?
keep telling you that evil. It don't have to be an entity if you don't believe in that, but it's evil. Everything that
bro.
represents evil. I'm gonna tell you something that's wrong with the black community. This is what's wrong with it.
Money represents evil.
I can sit in a
Let
room
me have all
with
your money.
50-year-olds.
Give me all your money.
I'm 28. I can sit in a room with 45-year-olds, and I can hear all of them defend the buffoonery, the destruction, the propagation of gun violence and drug violence. You will say, "Oh no, it's wrong," but then you gonna support it. You gotta let these people know. Enough people gotta speak out and tell them that they're wrong about that.
Do you know-
But in the black community, we don't want no accountability. Accountability is kryptonite.
if
to
you cut
black
out
people.
everything that's wrong,
We
you
want to point
better
everything
than
to the
nothing in
white
this world.
man.
If you cut out
Yes, the
everything
government
wrong,
is listen, but the government is responsible for a lot.
No.
But guess what? The government ain't gonna change.
well, you can't pick
Watch
out
this.
what you
That's
can't.
like
you can't
an
pick out what the
overweight
boycott.
person. That's like the overweight person living in the hood. Let's say an overweight black woman or man. It don't matter. Living in the hood, and they're talking about the policies that they don't have in their communities, the workout gyms that they don't have, and they blame it on the government. Absolutely. But guess what?
That's bogus.
Even watch this. Even if everything that stayed the way that it is, if you worked out, you went on a jog. If you can't jog yet, you may be too big to jog in that time. If you go on walks and you change your diet, even with what you are submerged to in your community with the food that you have, you still gonna lose weight with the government the way it is.
That's
So
true.
even with the
That's
way
true.
the government is,
That's
call
true.
out these rappers. We said, nah, we gonna support you. But when these rappers pass away, after they telling us the way that they living in their music, we all sad. We posted them everywhere. But somebody like Kevin Samuels, who came and gave us game and tried to help us, when he passed away, everybody making fun of the dude.
It's deeper than the
How
rappers
that work,
too,
bro?
We got
The rappers
homeboys.
who
We
feed
got
us poison.
homeboys that's really passed away
It's
to that shit too,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. Like this.
I
Not,
got family that done passed away to it.
so right
I'm
now.
from that, but I'm calling them out.
If
You gotta-
I got family that
you
make
gotta
rap
call
like
everybody
that,
out.
I'm calling them out.
Now,
You gotta
if it
call
wasn't
everybody
no
out.
Rappers exist. You think it sounds like you holding the rappers
More accountable than the government.
Everybody.
more than the parents, more than everybody.
No. I'm
the
not.
rappers got
That's
power.
a great point.
I-
I'm not holding them more accountable.
I mean,
I'm
but
just
this
saying-
is your
like
Watch
approach.
this.
it
This
sounds
is
like
you
it don't-
saying
I'll
this is your
explain.
approach to the resolution.
Absolutely. Well, I thought you meant specifically when it came to the rappers. I didn't know you meant the community.
Rappers
but-
got a private platform, I figure, but that's
so
not the
this is
they're not the
why
root of this shit.
rappers was my first answer to you. So every year we have something called Black History Month, which I don't support, by the way. I think every month is Black History Month. So we have something called Black History Month, and every year in the month of February, we celebrate certain people like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We know the people, right? Why do we celebrate them? Because they was an influential, they had an influential impact on our community, right? They shifted the community or the society that we knew it to be from one thing to the next, right? Today, we don't have activists like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all these good people. Who do we got now?
Okay,
Rappers.
You're right. But
Do not underestimate the power that a Lil Durk got, bro.
Much love to Martin Luther
I'm
King.
willing to say that Lil Durk right now got more influence than Tupac had
Let me tell you something.
back in the 90s, bro. Yo, watching this interview back, I'm able to see that I was so passionate. I kind of cleaned it up there at the end, and I actually heard him for the exact question that he was asking, but I actually misunderstood him at the very beginning. I thought he was saying, Demetrius, what's your solution? Or Diddy, what's your solution
for, getting rid of these terrible rappers or getting rid of these rappers that are spreading a destructive message. Instead, he was asking me, Demetrius, what's your solution for fixing and trying to help the so-called black community, right? And I want to make sure I clear it up because no, I do not think rappers is the end-all be-all to the problems that are happening within the so-called black community. Absolutely not. You're looking at a person who just got his master's degree in public service. So I understand that it starts in the home. It starts with, local government, local politicians, right? Trying to have both the mother and the father in the home and create nonprofits and programs that kind of encourage that, right? Create nonprofit programs that, supply those resources and supply more resources that a lot of other children that are a lot more fortunate have compared to those that are in the ghettos and the urban communities. My biggest takeaway from this interview is sometimes in life, even when we become adults, when we've been so accustomed to certain things and we've never really had to have certain conversations, or we never really had to address certain belief systems, things we've grown comfortable with doing, our biases, our double standards have never really been checked. And I'm not just talking about other people, I'm talking about myself as well. I think that was very evident in this clip, because when you take people who are quite literally, in my opinion, occult members, but even if we don't even want to get super deep, when you take people like these rappers who purposefully push this dangerous lifestyle on our young people, and then they're praised for it, they quote unquote get rich from it. I look at these people as some of the worst human beings on the planet, because you're giddy. It's almost like drug dealers in the neighborhood. Like, you feeding the poison to the people, and then you come back during Thanksgiving and hand out turkeys, and the community loves you. But you're the reason that her mother is sick. Like, her mother is the reason as well, because she's choosing to do the drugs. But he's aiding in this, right? But then they thanking him, and they're so grateful for him because he also chooses to come back. He chooses to spend $3,000 on turkeys a year around Thanksgiving time, even though he just made $1 million in the last month alone. You know what I mean? Crazy stuff like that, So anyways, y'all up in the comment section, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you thought about the interview. Let me know what you think about music, what you think about these artists, about these celebrities, anything I said in the video. Hop in the comment section, let me know, man. Until next time, peace.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.